everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm really excited today because we have three women leaders from DCKAP who we are going to talk to. The reason I'm excited is there is a very, very big change, or the work dynamics is changing in a very big way in the last couple of years. Starting 2020, things are pretty much upside down, and so it's very interesting. So how can women leverage this opportunity? So what can women do to leverage this opportunity is something we are going to talk about. And even for men, it is not as easy, right, to work, because they also have work to do. You have to wash dishes and a lot of other things, sometimes even cook, and even take care of kids. And but then the truth of the matter is, women, especially in India, they do a lot more, and they juggle between different jobs. So there used to be a perspective that, hey, if a woman is married, we don't want her to work, and we just want her to sit home and take care of the kids. That's completely changed. So how do we deal with this, right? So let's say a woman is at home. How do we deal with this? So that's what we're going to talk about. And we have three amazing women who have joined us today. And we really learn a lot by working with them, interacting with them. So we have Deepthi, who runs our HR team, and she's an HR leader. And we also have with us Bhavani. So she runs our QA Touch product and a product leader. And we also have Sivaranjani, who runs our quality analysis or a QA team and a quality leader. So let's just jump right in and talk to them. So let me start with Deepthi. So Deepthi, what do you think, right? I mean, in the last couple of years, how has work changed for you?
Definitely. Thank you so much for having me in this session, Karthik. Yes. For me, overall, it's been very, very positive experience. I totally enjoy working from home. Obviously, there have been small hiccups here and there. I think initially when we shut down our office in March 2020, I think we adjusted quickly working from home. I think we did this almost a week before the government order came in. I think by the time the government order had come in, we had all settled down. I was very excited about the whole thing, but over a period of time, juggling between different things, multitasking and managing time was difficult. And that was a phase that we actually took work home, and we didn't know how to kind of separate these two departments, right? And it actually altered every aspect of work and life. And but over a period of time, we learned it, that we had great support from the family. There was a lot of flexibility in schedule from DCKAP. And today things are very great. I think it's been 2 years. We've set our own workspace at home. I feel very productive. I'm able to take care of my family, pick up son from school. A lot of certain lifestyle changes that I've done. I've done a 30-day workshop to manage healthier lifestyle. I think this all wouldn't have happened if I was working from office. So I think this has been very, very positive for me.
So you don't want to come to the office. So that's what I learned. That's interesting. Cool. So let's talk to Sivaranjani. So how do you, just outside of DCKAP, we can just talk in general, because I think it's going to help women out there. How do you balance off work and home? Do you have any tips you can share to other women out there?
Yeah, thanks Karthik for asking me to join this discussion as a women leader from the DCKAP community. So I as Deepthi said, even I too had a lot of hurdles when we start the work from home culture in the initial stages. So I have a lot of imbalance between my work life and also the personal life, because I have 2 kids, and I have to take care of my kids. I have to cook. I have to look out the household chores, everything. Yeah, definitely, my husband is there to help me in that work. But really, what we need to do is setting up a priority. So what needs to be done first in the work life, and what needs to be done in the personal life. have to set the priority first very clearly, and that should be transparent to every other member in your team as well as in your family also. So my suggestion is to have, if in your work life, what you need to do is clearly schedule your time in your calendar, either it may be a Google Calendar or a Zoom calendar, maybe small things like predefining your lunch break, coffee break, or because I used to have calls with client even in the night times around 8 p.m. IST. So I used to have my dinner early. So spend the quality time, the dinner time or the lunch time with your family members, kids, help talking through what they have done today. So what are all the things we need to take care of for tomorrow, and small little discussions with their family members will definitely balance the work and work life and the personal life. And as well as after a very long time, so during this time only I have started my yoga session again. So it really gave me a relaxation, both my mental as well as in my body health. I got a good balance with that. So there are a lot of small things we can do to balance our schedule between the work life and the personal life.
No, that's great advice. Chit chat, not just at work, but chit chat at family also works. And it works in a very big way. It's great advice. And I'm just curious, you talked about calendar. Do you also have a family calendar, or how do you manage it? So kids have to go to class, or they go to school, or there is another competition they're attending. And do the kids listen to you also?
Yeah, but initially, but because they are kids, yeah, they do have their own way of doing things, right? Yeah, usually what we do is we prepare the calendars like sticky notes. Sticky notes, people are following from a long time, but during this time, that plays a vital role in my personal life too. And I have my Babani sitting here, so she's also one of the inspiration to write the to-do list in the sticky notes for me during my work life at office. So we used to write the sticky notes. We pasted in that whiteboard. Okay, so what needs to be taken care as if I'm having if I want to do my elder son to do some work today, either it may be in some extracurricular activities or any home assignments. I will do a sticky note and paste it on the whiteboard, and they will follow. Yeah, they are kids. They will follow in a slow manner. Yeah, they are following, and it applies to myself as well, as because I started a practice of I got rid of taking notes in my gadget. So I started using pen and paper during my calls, or even with my discussion with my team member. I used to take notes using pen and paper, because when you are writing, I think we forgot the habit of writing. Writing is also a relaxation. So like blogging, reading. So I used to write with pen and paper now. So I can write a lot of notes from the meeting, and easily I can remember what I have discussed with the client or team members. Even with my kids, I used to write the planner for the entire week. So what is should be in the curriculum, and what should be in even I used to have a practice of preparing the meal plan for the whole week, because we have a little time for cooking, right? Yeah, cooking is also a relaxation, but we have a little time for cooking. Even if we plan the whole week meal plan prior during the weekend, you can do the errands like grocery shopping during the weekend, and a lot of things we can do during the weekend in the free time. And if you're cooking, it's a relaxation, and that's the time you can get off from your eyes from the screen, right? So that way we have a relaxation. And yeah, you can cook a very good healthy food for your family, whatever you want, rather ordering online. So you can cook very quickly if you have a plan in hand.
Yeah, plan not just works for work, but also works for meals. That's really well said. Huh? I decide what I'm going to eat for the whole week. And yeah, I mean, it's great that you guys do that. So let me go over to Bhavani. On similar note, do you compartmentalize, Bhavani? For instance, I've heard a lot of leaders talk about compartmentalization. And yeah, because something or the other pops up in the family, does it really affect your work, or vice versa? Let's say you have a bad day at work, does it affect family, or how does that work, and how do you deal with that?
Actually, thank you for having me in this session, Karthik. And this is very thoughtful question. Actually, I don't call it as compartmentalization. You have to juggle the priorities. We have two balls, so we have to play when we have to switch the priorities faster. That is the key success. So when I faced this since I have faced this many times, so we have to stop a minute and we have to think what is the priority one we have to do in work and work. It is, if it is home thing, home, if we have any problem, it is a priority one, so we can take it taken off. And we have to, same time, what I'll do is I will plan a backup for me so that the work will not affect that. So I will be always there to take care of even in remotely, if they need assistance, anything, I am available for make myself available for any quick call or guidance. Apart from that, I'll take care of my family thing also. So both the work and the life will not be affected. The family also will be happy and the work also will not be affected. It will also go smooth. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
I mean, that's really well said. Being successful at both at work and at family, is very critical as even for personal success. On similar note, I mean, I firmly believe that both men and women working in a household lead to healthier and happier families. So, do you agree with that thought process, Deepthi, or what are your thoughts there?
Perfect. I think this is very, very true, Karthik. I believe that the work, men and women, are like these two wheels of a cycle. And to keep the vehicle moving smoothly, I think contribution, the effort, and a very, very healthy partnership is mandatory. In fact, I practice this very much at home as well. I have a son. I definitely want him to grow up knowing that equality begins at home as well, in the home front as well. So this is also helping to shape the expectations of future generations. And I truly believe it's very, very true that women with equal partners at home are more successful at work.
Absolutely. And yeah, it makes it really, really a blessing for kids as well that, hey, both parents are working and they're working hard and the kids see it and they start treating everyone with respect. Well, it's awesome. It's really well said. So, what do you guys do on your free time? Do you guys have free time at all, or how's it? I'm just curious. What do you guys do on your free time?
Actually, I'll do my free time. I'll write and I'll listen to music. So it will be a different thing. Apart from I listen to podcast and other things. Apart from that, personally, I will have weekly. Will have set 1 hour for this. Yeah. So aside for this, but that 1 hour, getting that 1 hour will be a tricky one without any disturbance, like me time. So but I'll manage to do that after a few years. Yeah.
So, you want a me time? That's really awesome. So, what do you do, Deepthi? Or what do you do?
See, considering that I have assigned my roles in multiple places, right? I do not have the luxury of a lot of free time, but like, what Bhavani said, I ensure to take out some me time every day. Might be it's a physical or mental wellness. I go for a walk. I watch a good comedy movie, or I even go for. I do a lot of workshops. I think that makes me feel very, very good at the end of the day. It could be anything. It could be just to have a lifestyle change. I do a lot of workshops of late, so that's something that keeps me very happy.
Oh, awesome. And Sivaranjan, you want to add to that?
I'm sorry.
No, I mean, I was just asking if Sivaranjan wants to add to that. Yeah.
Yes, Karthik, definitely, because the free time usually what I will do is I will do some cleaning work at my home. So you can declutter your wardrobe and you can identify the items you no longer need in that space, and you can get the help from your kids also during the deep cleaning process. And even you can organize your bookshelves or kitchen countertops. And in the free time, I usually reconnect with my family people and also friends and check their well-beings, what they are doing. This is a really pampering thing I do during my free time, and also get some relaxation by doing some physical workouts. Definitely, I used to go for a quick walk whenever I have time, free time. I usually go for a quick walk to get some sunlight and fresh air. So yeah, that's how I.
Cleaning up wardrobe is a great thing to do, and yeah, I think it's awesome. Cleaning also, I heard, gives a lot of. I mean, you feel really good after you clean stuff, you know. So I think that's really well said. That's awesome. So, Diti, I mean, what advice would you give for women out there? You know, let's say somebody who's struggling because they are working and also have to take care of things at home, and also for women who are really looking to get into work. Yeah. So, what advice do you want to share?
So I think the most important thing is, I think uncertainty is something that we've always learned is the norm of the day. So I think, right now, do not have too much of long-term goals or not plan too much in advance. I think take every moment and take very, very small moment every day. I think make conscious effort to celebrate, it could be a small achievement. I think you should take a step. I think especially for people who have taken a break and who want to come back to work, I think take a step. I think that's most important. And take small steps, take things as it comes. Don't plan too much of what is going to happen in future. And I think that's the right way to look at it. And again, it's the best thing that you can do for yourself is spend some me time, have that self-love. And I think it's very, very important that you do, especially when you give the best to yourself, you're able to give the best to the world as well. So be happy. And I think just doing that is very important right now is what I feel.
Oh, great advice, right? So take small steps and love yourself and take it one step at a time. So thanks for sharing that. So let's go to Bhavani. Bhavani, what advice would you give?
Actually, I wanted to tell you have to, when we are in work, we have to take the initiative. And usually women, we tend to underestimate our capabilities, but we can do whatever we get it. So when we can outperform too, you have to have that confidence. When we get an opportunity, don't hesitate to take it up, even when you are not an expert in that. And be a continuous learner, open to learn from anyone. And if you need help, you can always seek that. Don't hesitate. We should not hesitate for asking. And similarly, to succeed in work, always we have to ask for the feedback, and it will help to improve ourselves and find a mentor. And at last, we have to find and join your tech communities. So it will be a great help. Actually, you can learn from the community as well as we can contribute also. It will help and expand your boundaries. And when we fail in anything, we should not shrink on that. We have to learn from it and we have to move on. That is the key thing.
Oh, this is great advice as well. Be a continuous learner. Don't be afraid to fail. Expand boundaries. Yeah, really well said, Bhavani. Really enjoyed listening to that. So let's go to Sivaranjani. So what advice would you want to give to women out there? I think you're on mute, Sivaranjani. Sorry. Yeah.
So when the women are coming back to the tech industry, I think so they have to set their goals and expectations very clear, and they should be very receptive to the feedback. Okay, so and also they should, so whenever they are get stuck with some at some place, they have to ask for help. Don't hesitate to ask for help, definitely. So whenever you open up with your questions, so you will get clarified more when you keep silent, right? So you have to be very receptive to the feedbacks and face anything with confidence. That's my feedback. That's my suggestion to them. leaders.
Absolutely. I think that's great, right? So be very receptive to feedback. Yeah, I think that's really well said, and that's on lines with what Bhavani talked about as well, and being a part of the tech community. And I also feel that women today have more opportunities than ever before. This is a great time for women to get to work, because you can work from anywhere, and women are needed in workplaces, and workplaces are also adapting to the changing needs of both men and women, and women in this case. I think it's an exciting opportunity out of us. So finally, let me end with this question. What book are you guys reading right now?
I am reading a book called Traction about growth.
Traction on growth. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, cool. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah.
So I've been reading My Life in Full by Indra Nooyi, and I've also been listening to a few podcasts about, in terms of how product can be built on. So that's something I've been learning on.
Yeah, My Life in Full. That's awesome. Yeah, I need to get to that book as well. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm currently reading again how Google works. So because I got the book recently from my community, so I'm reading the book again. So yeah, that's a book I'm reading.
You're reading it again, How Google Works. That's awesome. Guys, and I'm actually reading Play Nice, or I just completed the book Play Nice, but when I was really inspiring story by Michael Dell. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. So I really enjoyed this conversation. We learn a lot from all the three of you, and you guys do amazing work, and people look up to you, right? So it's like Bhavani said, hey, women have a lot of potential. Don't underestimate yourself. And yeah, we clearly see that where women they're already leaders, and they can transform to be even bigger leaders. So we take a lot of inspiration from all the three of you and all the women out there. I'm sure this conversation also helped women who have a career break, looking to get back into work, or somebody who's already working and they're trying to balance off work and family. So thank you so much for your conversation, guys, and great chatting with the three of you. Thank you.